You asked me to tell you if I saw Tony. He came round last night.
Is he still there?
He left this morning first thing.
Where was he going, Jen?
I didn't ask him, did I?
You should have phoned.
While he was still there, what do you think I am, tired of life? Look, he mentioned a couple of things. He said this geezer he was staying with got a carry-out from downstairs.
Oh, well, can't be more than a few hundred takeaways and restaurants in Sunhill.
What? He asked me if I knew where this bloke, Graham Stubbs, had moved to. Well, I don't know what Stubbs has done, ripped him off or grassed him up or something, but... There's his address. I told Tony I didn't know it. He'll find out, though.
Hello? No, sorry, Chris Deacon isn't here yet. We don't know. All right. No problems. OK, pass it on. Cheers. Our new DS is a bit late for his first day, isn't he?
Still working to the robbery squad's definition of antisocial hours.
Well, perhaps he overslept on account of his hectic nocturnal schedule, then.
Sally, I've just had a call from Chris Deacon. He's back at the Old Bailey. Apparently he didn't give his evidence yesterday.
I'm sure we'll manage till he gets here, sir.
Now, I hope his experience isn't going to cause any problems.
I didn't envisage any. Happy to have him on board, sir.
So was it really just an on-duty leg over that he was busted down for?
I've heard he's quite tasty.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Make a change at Sunhill CID, eh?
That's not what you said last night behind the coffee machine.
And since when have you been able to fit behind the coffee machine, Tom?
Oi. Skipping too many of his aerobic sessions lately, ain't it?
Yeah.
Your attention, please. Thank you. Tony Smithson, convicted villain. Escaped from custody a couple of days ago, putting a police officer in hospital in the process. Looks like he's on Sunhill ground.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. Jim? Thanks. Now, my information's a bit sketchy, but there's a possibility he's staying above a takeaway or restaurant. Does that mean anything to anyone?
No.
He's also supposed to be looking for a Graham Stubbs. Well, I believe you've had some dealings with Danny.
Yeah, a bit of receiving a couple of years ago, small time.
Word is Smithson intends to sort him out, which means Stubbs is now bait. Jim, Tosh, does Stubbs know you?
No.
Not as far as I know, Gov, no.
Right, paperwork goes on hold. I want you to set up an obbo on Stubbs. Check that he's home first and Smithson hasn't got to him already, but be discreet. There's his address. If he leaves home, I want one of you to follow him, the other to stay put. Whichever way Smithson approaches him, I want it covered.
Gov?
We know he carries a blade. He's used it once already, so if he does put in an appearance, call for backup before you move.
Right, Gov.
Suzi, Rod, I want you two to go through the yellow pages, restaurants and takeaways. Check them against the electoral register. Any familiar names come up, we're interested.
Gov, the new DS, Chris Deacon. Do we know when we can expect him? Only there's quite a few messages piling up.
He should be over this afternoon. He's back at the Bailey again today.
Oh, I'm sorry, mate. It's the wrong number.
Number 2's on the ground floor, just inside the main entrance.
Well, it was Stubbs who answered the phone, so it sounds as if he's still in one piece. So all we got to do is wait for him to make a move.
Yeah.
Hey, this Chris Deacon, he's good, is he?
He gets results, one way or another.
Well, he must be well sick, busted down from DI on the robbery squad to DS. All that experience, and then have a rookie like Johnson for a governor.
I don't imagine it'll be too easy on her either.
No, I suppose not.
I've got a Corinthian takeaway, 22 Dunford
No,
Street.
we're expecting him later today. Can I take a message?
No resident listed.
Costa Fish, 70 Goddard Street.
Jimmy Skelton. Yeah, I'll tell him.
Goddard Street.
Jimmy Skelton? Isn't he the club owner who likes taking obliging metropolitan police officers on steamy Spanish holidays?
Yeah, didn't he leave a message for Chris Deacon?
Interesting.
Hey, up.
Oh, yeah, that's Graham Stubbs, all right. Looks as though he couldn't afford the pit bull. But a quid says he's round the block to at a lamppost.
Fair enough.
What number?
96.
All right.
I'm not saying they're all close associates of Smithson. There'll be a few friends of friends in there, but it might be of some use.
Right.
Thanks, Donna.
New DS not in yet, then?
No.
Stand by, Tosh. There's a blue Mazda pulled up next to it. It doesn't look like Smithson, though. It doesn't look like he's giving him a lift, either. I don't believe it. He's done the driver a deal, now he's driving off.
Looks like we're on for a result here, Tosh.
Looks like you're a quid down, is what it looks like.
Gov, Donna's come up with the names of 4 of Smithson's associates.
Any of the addresses match with a takeaway?
Not yet, no.
Well, I'd rather not alert him by going to 3 wrong addresses first. Hello, may I speak to Jan, please? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but I really do need to speak to her. This is important.
Something wrong, Gov?
Dunno. I think it might be.
Cheers.
Better stay here.
We're closed.
I can see that. I want to see Jan. She's here, isn't she? Where is she? Out the back?
Yeah.
No prizes for guessing who did this, then?
I've got nothing to say.
This is a bit of a turnaround, Jan. Do you need a doctor?
No, I do not need a doctor. Go away, please.
I don't know what he's said to you, what threats he's made, but he needs locking up. We both know that. Now, I need your help.
Lines from Carver?
Go ahead, Jim.
I'm just outside the pub. There's no sign of Smithson. Stubbs is doing a brisk trade.
In there. What do you reckon? Do we let him carry on dishing out the goodies?
Any idea what it is?
Well, he's dealing from the toilets. Judging by the amount of chips he's made, it's not as small time as we thought.
It's either that or he's got a bladder problem like you wouldn't believe. So what do you reckon? Do we let him carry on?
I think that's one for the governor.
I've been seeing this other bloke while Tony was on remand. Someone's told him.
Since he left you this morning?
He must have been watching from across the street, waiting for when I was on my own.
I just nipped out to the shops, and when I got back, I could hear them fighting in here. He locked the door. I tried to get in, but he legged it out the back.
You can't let him get away with this.
He's got mates, hasn't he?
Look, Jan, what you were telling me about the takeaways and where Tony's been staying, we've come up with a list of possible names, and I need you to tell me which is the best bet.
No way.
We'll do him for the assault against you. He'll be going back for even longer.
You want me to stand up in court and give evidence against him? What planet are you on?
Yeah, if you could just ask where he's moved to. Thanks. Yes, I'll hold.
Yeah, no, we don't know when to expect him. Well, you could try the Old Bailey. Sorry, you're at the Old Bailey. Mr. Deakin left there this morning. Yeah, OK, I'll tell him you called.
Hello? Yep.
I wonder where he's got to.
Thanks. I'm really grateful. Yes. Where's the governor?
She isn't saying anything. I don't know what Smithson threatened her with, but it's done the trick.
Jim's been on the radio, Gov. He reckons Stubbs is dealing a lot of drugs out the dog and gun. He wants to know whether to pull him or carry on with the oboe.
Tell him to keep watching.
V.I. Johnson from Croft.
Yeah, Suzi, go ahead.
Kevin Connor, Gov. Recently moved to the same address as Kelim Kebabs, 29 Elcott Street.
Great, Suzi, thanks.
That's another message for our new colleague.
Hello? Michael McGrail returning your call.
Mick, how's life? Yeah, listen. Reason I'm calling is we've got one of your old colleagues joining us down here. Yeah, Chris Deakin, yeah. And he's okay, is he?
Mr. Connor, V.I. Johnson, Sun Hill. Oi! Open it! Just do it!
You've got a good reason for knocking my door down!
Where is he?
I'm supposed to know who you're talking about. Hey! Where do you think you're going?
Where is he?
I'm all alone. Not that it's any business of yours, sweetheart. Go!
Oh, great. OK, Tony, you're not going anywhere.
Oh. You reckon? Oh.
Oi!
According to a mate of mine up at the yard, it's not the first bit of discipline Deakin's had. I'm not saying he's bent.
So what was that about Deakin?
Nothing, sir.
Chris Deakin sells close to the window times, but he gets results. When I learned he was up for a transfer, I put a bid in for him. I did that because I knew him, because I think he'll make a valuable contribution to the strength of Sun Hill CID.
There's a lot of rumours bouncing off the canteen wall, sir.
Well, I don't want my DSs contributing to the circus.
Well, maybe you could clarify...
Look, he's not bent, Danny. There's no hidden agenda. He had an affair with a senior officer's wife and he got caught in the act. Now, breaking the husband's nose wasn't too clever. So the complaint was official and disciplinary action went right down to the end of the line. Now, Chris was probably asking for it, but I think he's paid the price. OK?
I have it on very good Federation authority that a senior female police officer on his board was a past conquest of him. A woman's scorn. Of course, I can't vouch for the veracity of this, but well, they do say he has a particular appetite for senior female police officers.
Sierra Oscar 3 from
If you get
Sierra
my
Oscar
meaning.
receiving.
Yeah, go ahead, Roy.
Talbot Street, Stanby Court, flat 2, burglary reported. Informant is a Mrs. Archer at number 1.
OK, on my way.
Same time tomorrow then, Eric. I'll buy that drink, yeah?
Yeah.
Lines from Carver.
Go ahead, Jim.
Stubbs is on his way back. Is there anything happening there?
I've seen more action watching Arsenal away from home.
He'll be back there in a couple of minutes.
Jim, I think we might have a problem.
Mrs. Archer?
That's right.
Sergeant Boyd and PC Hollis. You found us?
Yes. I was coming home from the shops and I saw there was a window broken round the back.
Right, let's go and have a look.
think that's where they got in.
Right. First floor flat, is it then?
No, ground floor, right opposite mine. I keep thinking what would have happened if they'd tried my door. I saw the door was open, and I couldn't help noticing the mess. I suppose you see this sort of thing every day, don't you?
Yeah. You been inside at all?
No, I didn't want to disturb anything.
Right. Would you tell PC Hollis what you saw and heard then, okay?
So, Mrs. Archer.
I didn't see much.
Yeah, but you said they. Did you in fact see the intruders?
No, but you sort of assume they come in pairs, don't you?
So, you didn't see anything?
Yes. I saw the door was open and I saw the mess.
Did you see anything else?
Yeah, I saw the broken window round the back. And I knew Graham had gone out because I heard him go before I went to the shops.
Graham who would that be?
Stubbs. Graham Stubbs. He's got a dog.
OK, well, we'll talk later, yeah? Oh, it might be someone from CID. They might want to have a word with you.
Well, you know where I am, don't you? Yeah. Oh, I am sorry.
Yeah. Oh, Tosh, that was quick. You on steroids or something?
This is Graham Stubbs' flat?
Yeah, that's right.
I was sat out front all morning watching the place.
What, don't know about?
That was the idea, yeah.
You didn't notice anything?
Do we know the point of entry?
Yeah, there's a broken window at the back there.
Oh. We were watching the front.
Oh, well, that accounts for it then, doesn't it?
Cool. Whoever it was wasn't interested in the drugs. It's about grants worth here, not countless on the carpet.
Yeah, well, CID have been watching the place, Sarge. They just didn't seem to notice anything.
You knew he was dealing?
He was in connection with something else, but we had just become aware of the drug, Sarge, yes. Jim, I'm inside Stubbs' flat. It's heaving under the weight of banned substances. We're going to have to nick him.
You can do it yourself, Tosh. He should be with you at any moment.
Yeah, he's here. Ah, Graham. Looks like you've had a visitor. Sadly for you, he didn't nick the evidence. The woman next door didn't see the intruder, so we don't know if it was Smithson or not.
Well, I think we can assume it was until we learn different. Right under our noses, Tosh.
The point of entry was at the back of the building, Gov.
That's supposed to reassure me, is it? Just how obvious were you at the front there?
All right, Gov. Well, whoever it was wasn't interested in the drugs, just trashing the place.
Any idea who it might have been? The name Tony Smithson mean anything to you? He was looking for Stubbs, wasn't he? Why didn't you just stay and wait for Stubbs to come back? He wasn't disturbed, so why leave?
Maybe he left the front door open to land Stubbs in it. He knew we'd be called. He knew he'd find the drugs.
Whatever. We've missed our chance now, haven't we?
Yeah.
Jim, quick word?
Yes, Gov.
The landlord at the Dog and Gun. He knew Stubbs was dealing out of his pub.
Ah, definitely. He couldn't have missed it.
OK, I want to confront him with what you witnessed. Meet me at the pub when you finish with Stubbs.
Right, Gov.
Look, this is all rubbish. It's like nothing to do with me, this stuff. Like I've never seen it before.
So this was a bit of a non-conformist burglar. He breaks in not to thieve anything, but to leave you £2 worth of nose candy and blow. Quite an unusual modus operandi. What do you think, Jim?
But he wouldn't be in business long, would he?
You're right there.
So maybe you planted it, yeah?
No, I prefer your first story, Graham. A bit more original. Leave it.
Hi, if you want to leave a message, fine. If you need to get hold of me in a hurry, I'm down at the Dog and Gun.
6 messages. Punters of yours, Graham.
Hang on, Tosh, look. If Smithson was in here when somebody called, he would have heard that same message, wouldn't he?
You think he might have gone down the Dog and Gun just to see if Stubbsy was there?
Oh, what do you reckon, Graham? Do you think he knows the Dog and Gun?
Yeah, sure he does. But the landlord won't want him in there. He's a bloody animal.
D.I. Johnson from Carver, you receiving, over? Great. D.I. Johnson from Carver, you receiving?
Hello? Hello, anyone there?
Hey! What do you want? What was closed?
I know, I was, looking for the manager.
Yes?
But, but I think you'll do. You're nicked.
What the hell is going on?
You the landlord?
Yeah?
D.I. Johnson, stand over there and don't move.
We think Smithson might be in there, Gov.
And you'd be right. He might need some help getting to the car.
You're not putting him in here.
Does that mean you're going to be cooperating with us, Graham?
What's she do to him? You don't upset our governor.
I told Jan he'd been banged up, but she's not interested. She's still terrified.
He's already on remand, so we'll drop the assault on her, do him for the assault on Alan, GBH, and resisting arrest. I can live with that.
Resisting arrest?
You must be Chris Deakin.
Mom.
You got away in the end, then? How'd it go?
8 years each. Sounds like you had a result today, Mom.
A couple of windfalls, but yes, it went well. Certainly deserves a drink, anyway. You'll join us.
Thank you, Mom.
And you've met everyone.
Rod Skase.
Rod?
Chris, a word in my office. I thought the judgment was harsh, for what it's worth. Look, I'm pleased to have someone with your experience on my team. It'll be a bit of a come-down after the robbery squad, but I intend to make as much use of your talents, your thief-taking talents, as I can.
I just want to get on with the job, Mom.
Good. Well, how about that drink, then?
Mom.
Husband's done a bunk. She was sitting in the street with a nightdress on, bruises on her face. I said you'd call.
Oh, come on, Gary.
Well, when I got her inside, she wouldn't talk to me.
I don't care. You don't promise I'll call.
Morning.
Morning, sir.
Is everything all right?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Okay.
No, it isn't. You check with me first, all right? Gary. Gary.
Oh, morning, Philip.
Morning, sir. About 9:15. I've costed the Jamaica Wharf raid.
Oh, good. Oh, Philip, these, area DVU meetings, are they proving useful? Only the chairman of the consultative group wonders whether they could happen more often.
Once every 3 months seems about right, sir.
Domestic violence is high profile, Philip. We must be seen to be concerned.
Of course, sir.
We got our act together? Who is DVU at the moment? Data?
Yes, sir.
Oh. Is she getting enough support?
From me, sir.
From all of us?
Oh, she'd be snowed under at the moment. Usual Monday morning. Otherwise.
Oh, well, that probably explains it. Oh, a slight difference of opinion in the car park. 9:15 then.
Sir.
It's me again. He's headbutted me. Says he's gonna burn me. Burn his knee and mummy with cigarettes.
Eureka, it's Lisa. I'll do it if you can get me legal aid. I want a shot of him. I've decided.
WPC data. Sheena. The roof tiles.
Front desk.
How many tiles are missing?
Have you got a minute?
Stay by the phone. No, stay by the phone. I'll be with you in 15 minutes.
You up to your eyes?
Yes, Mike.
Well, I've got this girl, a teenager, wants to talk about her father. I think it's abuse.
Well, what sort of abuse?
Well, you tell me. She's not making much sense.
No, you tell me, Mike. I mean, come on, it's Monday morning. I've got crime reports, the IRBs, and all the weekend calls.
Yeah, all right.
No, it's not all right, though, is it? Is it domestic violence?
Look, I was just trying to
I'm
explain...
not a dog's body. Got it?
Difficulty?
No, sir.
No problem, sir. Urgent call.
Mike?
Sir?
Are you in the habit of doing that?
Doing what?
Offloading your problems on the DVU. It isn't there for your convenience.
I was just trying to...
You two had any other differences of opinion this morning?
No, sir.
Sarge, I'm out dealing with a complaint. Looks like criminal damage. Sheena Jackman, 21 Elverton Avenue.
A client?
Yeah, taking her husband to court, ABH.
Was he playing up?
He better not be.
Yo, give us a shout if you need any backup.
Don't knock. I've left it open.
Was it you that called the station, madam?
He's still up there. And watch it, he's got something under his jacket.
OK. If you'd just like to stay in your room, all right? Do you live here, sir? Are you visiting? Right, who are you and what business do you have on these premises? What have you got there? I should just let go if I were you, sir. Right. Are you going to talk to me?
Sheena, it's WPC data. All right.
Shh, come on. I'll show you. He's just having his breakfast.
Hi, Daniel.
I was just putting the washing out when I saw this hole. I couldn't believe it.
And you never heard anything, saw anything?
I couldn't believe he'd do it.
Come on, Sheena, don't let's jump to conclusions.
Who do you think it was then? The fairies? Look, fairies into stacking roof tiles, are they? He's in the loft.
Sheena, where's the ladder?
Are you sure?
Yeah. Come on.
You don't think he's up there? You know, he's not supposed to come within 100 yards of the house.
You're going to have to get a roofer in.
Oh, look at you. So what are you going to do about it then? God, they're a joke, them. What do you call them?
Bail conditions. Look, we don't know for certain it was Gavin.
Of course it was him. Just keep him away. Court case in 3 weeks and he's doing what he likes.
Has he tried to contact you? Phoned you?
Just keep him off my back. I can't take any more.
What's been happening?
It started with tapping on the windows late at night. I know it's him. Friday morning, I found the front window out. Curtains were blowing in. Saturday, I came down and found the front door open. The lock drilled out. He could have been in. Come upstairs.
Couldn't you stay with your mum and dad?
Why should I? It's my house. I work for it and all. He's not driving me out.
I could refer you to victim support. They can help you while you're waiting.
I don't need anybody round.
I want to know what you were doing at the house, Mr. Farmer.
OK. I were calling on somebody.
Right. Who?
Gavin Jackman, my so-called son-in-law. Don't you lot talk to each other? My girl Sheena's having him in court for assault and bodily harm.
You were carrying a tyre iron, Mr. Farmer. Were you going to attack Gavin Jackman?
Not half I was. Give the git a dose of his own medicine.
Mr. Farmer,
The court's told him to stop away from her and he's terrorising her after death.
If Gavin Jackman's in breach of his bail condition...
In breach? Do you know what he did last night? He stripped a load of tiles off the roof.
Mr. Farmer...
She's my daughter and I've had enough.
It's not a break-in, Tosh, not even attempted. Yeah, just a telephone.
You say there's nothing to place Lado at the scene?
Well, Gavin Jackman's a builder. It was a neat job. Yeah, you got it. Nobody heard anything, and he left the tiles stacked.
Well, if he's on bail, we can't...
He's seen to harass him, I know, but what about Sheena being harassed? He's trying to frighten her from taking him to court.
What's he like? Do you ever see him?
What's he like? He had a routine, Tosh.
Yeah,
Punch her till
cheers.
she cried, in the stomach and the back where it wouldn't show, and then he'd shove her head in the sink and turn on...
All right, all right.
We'll see him.
Thanks. And don't be too fussy, he didn't go to charm school.
All well, Narika?
Sir.
All the backup you need to send?
Yes, sir.
Anything you don't need?
Nothing I can't handle, sir.
I had a word with Mike.
Right.
Human nature, Narika.
Male nature, sir.
Any other problems this morning?
It wasn't a problem, sir.
Let's have it, Narika. What's going on?
Sir, I'm really up
I
to
know,
here.
Monday morning.
So I sign this, do I? It's safe to let me out on the streets again.
You are taking this caution seriously, Mr. Farmer?
Oh, I take the law very serious. Almost as serious as justice.
If you offend again, this will certainly be taken into account. Is that clear?
As a bell.
Right. So, don't let's see you in here again. George.
Come in. Ah, Kathy. Just catching up with the rota.
Sir?
Can I pencil you in as usual for the domestic violence unit? 2 weeks from Monday the 15th.
Yeah, of course, sir.
You've got no problem with it?
No.
Fine. Thank you, Kathy. Good to move around a little, don't you think?
I quite like the beat, sir.
But not the DVU.
I didn't say that.
How did you find it last time you stood in?
Never a dull moment. There's enough to do, sir.
Without?
What do you mean?
Without any aggravation. The old WPC syndrome. Some things are women's work.
That does die hard, sir.
No doubt you tend to get lumbered. Runaway husbands, missing babies.
Sexual harassment, child neglect.
All right, Kathy.
Sir.
Yeah? Gavin Jackman.
Hey, what's up?
Are you Gavin Jackman?
Who are you?
This is Detective Sergeant Morgan. I'm Detective Constable Lynes, Sun Hill. Could we have a word?
Give it a rest. Please.
That's better. What's she been saying?
Who's this, sir?
I'm being a good boy. Been nowhere, done nothing.
Have you visited number 21 Elverton Avenue this week?
I'm not allowed to, mate.
Have you been near the premises?
What do I want to do that for? It's only my home.
The house has suffered a lot of criminal damage. Front window, door, and last night the roof.
Vandals. Want birching.
Mind telling me where you were last night?
On bail, that's what I was. Don't push it. The pub, then Kip. I'm in a bed sit, top floor. There's an old biddy in the front room downstairs. Doesn't miss a trick. Ask her.
Your wife's a very frightened woman, Mr. Jackman.
Yeah, sign of the times. Still, she's got the house, hasn't she? I'm not even allowed to see my son. Know that.
Is that what it is?
Eh?
The midnight cowboy routine.
That's clever, that. Get a real job. You'll go far.
If you want to see your son, you could ask your solicitor to apply to the court.
You're a couple of smug wallies, aren't you? Coming here trying to give me a bit of grief. You don't know the half of it.
What don't we know, Mr. Jackman?
If she gets up to behind my...
What do you want to tell us?
Get lost.
Stay away from the house, Mr. Jackman.
Sheena's father.
He was waiting for Gavin Jackman with a tyre iron. Thought you better know.
Andrew.
Sir?
What?
He's been cautioned. Oh, yes, sir.
Eureka happy?
She's trying to keep the lid on a tricky situation. Mrs. Sheena Jackman's taking her husband to court.
So she can do without any distractions.
Sir?
Perhaps you could put the word around.
I don't know what you mean.
Well, you should, Andrew. We're getting sloppy.
Tell me, sir.
The DVU has a specific function. It's a flagship department, and I'm not going to have it abused.
If any of my officers
Look,
have...
I'm not pointing the finger on anyone. Just pass on the ground rules again. The domestic violence unit isn't a... I was going to say dustbin, but I'm trying to be fair.
Right, sir.
Look, we're not closet chauvinists, are we?
I just hope he doesn't rebound on Narika.
I sincerely hope not, Andrew.
Anybody home? Well, we tried. Combined efforts of DS, Morgan and myself. Couldn't get anything out of Lado.
I'm not surprised. Want one?
No, Tar. He thinks he's hard done by. Can't even see his kid.
Heard it all before, Tosh.
Anybody else involved?
How do you mean?
He just seemed to clam up. As if she was up to something that we ought to know about.
Well, he can tell us about it in court then, can't he?
He's behind the boxes.
Okay, sir. Right, stand back, everybody, please. Look at him. Right, if you just stand back.
He hasn't half been bashed. This came out of his pocket. Card says he's a builder. Gavin Jackman.
Ambulance, Steve. Did anybody see anything?
Sierra Oscar from Sierra 1 receiving. Ambulance, please. Frampton Way on the Gartree Factory Estate. We got one male with serious head injuries.
Why, Narika?
Sorry, why what, sir?
Sound off behind my back.
Sound off.
If you've got a problem with any of your colleagues, come to me.
I haven't got a problem, sir.
That's not what I've heard.
With respect from who?
Doesn't matter.
Oh, it does to me. What is this?
I wish I knew. To me first. Have you got that?
Sheena, sit down, please.
There's plenty in the pot.
We don't want a cup of tea. Gavin's been badly beaten up. He's in hospital, unconscious.
Do you take sugar?
Do you know anything about it, Sheena? Have you been out today?
I just took Daniel down the shops.
You've no idea who might have done this to your husband?
You didn't say. About the sugar.
Sheena, I know about the harassment you've been having.
Yeah. And now you are harassing me. Don't you think I've had enough?
We're talking about a serious assault, Mr. Jackman.
Yeah, I know all about them.
It must have been very distressing for you to have someone, coming round at night and...
You might want to do something about it.
Or get somebody to.
Right, that's it. Go on. Never mind him. You ought to know better, coming here with your snide remarks. Go on, out!
Marika, you got a minute?
Seems like it.
Hope I haven't dropped you anything. Cato's been fishing. I wasn't thinking.
Look out. Brushed off our feet, are we?
He asked me to do your holiday cover. Started going on about the unit. I made it sound like we get dumped on. It's just the way it came out.
Brilliant. Thanks, Kat.
I'm sorry.
Well, you know what Cato's like. It's all round the nick. Monroe's already accused me of making trouble.
There's a Sheena Jackman to see you. Domestic violence. Asked for you personally. 146, all right?
Mike! Mike!
Oi!
Kath, would you do me a favour? Bring Sheila to the office first.
Right. I want to work with you, Mike.
Sir, it's WPC Data. Can I come up and speak to you this afternoon?
Fine, Narika. Shall we say 3:30?
Rika, Sheena Jackman.
Hello, Sheena. Come in.
What's going to happen?
There's no news from the hospital yet.
You know, they think I had something to do with it. But I had to be glad he had it coming.
Not like this, Sheena.
Why not? It's justice, that is.
That'll be when he goes to court.
You know, I still have pains in my side. Awful pains.
Come through. Come on.
It's all my fault. I started it.
His violence started it.
No, you don't know. The trouble with Gavin, all the rows, they were over John, his mate. Was. They started up together as builders and decorators. John always liked me, and Gavin kept going on and on about it. That was the first time he hit me. Look, it's not right to go on with the court case.
You've done the hardest bit. All you do now is turn up.
I started seeing John. I still am. He moved in with me last week.
I should have guessed.
I need somebody with me. I can't stand it on my own in the house.
Does Gavin know about this?
I don't know. Yeah, I think so.
So he sees another man moving in with his wife and kid, and he's banned from going near the house. Nice one, Sheena. Is that why you came down here? To get it off your chest? It was this John attacked Gavin, wasn't it? Roof tiles were the last straw.
I don't know.
What's his name? Second name?
Parsons. I haven't said it was him.
Where is he now?
Work.
Where?
Look, you don't know him. You don't know what he's like. If he knows that I've told you.
Sheena, where is he?
Tool shop. Gartree Factory Estate.
John Parsons. Detective Sergeant Morgan, Detective Constable Lyne, Sunhill.
I'll be in my office if you want me.
Mind telling me what shift you work, Mr. Parsons?
8 till 4:30.
Break times? You don't get breaks?
Sometimes we work through.
What about today?
Buying a pint.
When?
What is this?
When?
12:30. It's not what you wanted to hear, huh?
And that was the only time you left the building?
Yeah. Want to know when we go for a Jimmy?
Where are you living at the moment, Mr. Parsons? I don't mean what's on the firm's record. I mean, where are you going home to this evening?
What are you after?
Would it be 21 Alberton Avenue? Home of Mrs. Jackman, your best mate's wife?
Who told you that?
Been getting to you, has it? All this harassment night after night?
Been talking to her, haven't you? You don't want to listen to her. She doesn't know what day of the week it is.
When did you last see Gavin Jackman?
Weeks ago, why?
He was found round the corner this morning. He'd been given a right hammering.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer bloke.
Meaning? Well, Gavin will tell us. We're off to the hospital now.
See you later, Mr. Parsons.
Come in. Right, Narika.
Sir, you talked to me this morning about the DVU. I told you there was nothing I couldn't handle. I understand you went on to speak to WPC Marshall and Inspector Monroe.
Correct.
You put me in a very difficult position, sir.
How's that?
You went behind my back, sir, with respect.
Trying to help, Narika, in your interest and the interest of the unit.
I don't know what you said, sir.
Your colleagues giving you a hard time.
Since your help, there's been an atmosphere. It's not in my interest or the interest of the unit. I mean, I can really do without it, sir.
I'm not having you or the unit taken advantage of. Don't tell me it's nothing you can't handle when the Chief Superintendent himself brings it up. Chief Inspector Cato, for you.
WPC data.
Narika, a message from your Sheena Jackman. She wants to speak to you urgently.
Right, Sarge, thanks. Sheena Jackman, I better get down there, sir.
Taking the husband to court, right?
Looks like he's been beaten up by the new boyfriend.
Want any help?
No, sir.
This lunatic boyfriend's still on the loose.
CID have spoken to him.
Fill me in on the way.
I told him I was coming to sort him out.
John Parsons.
He came out the back gate with a couple of mates.
You make a statement?
She shacked up with that. My house. My bed.
It was you did the roof. Door and windows as well?
It was a good job you came and saw me. The gas and the electric was next.
Trying to frighten her into not giving evidence, yes?
She's well out of order.
And you weren't.
She kicks one idiot out the back and lets another in at the front. They never learn.
Spoken like a man, sir.
That's the second time today, Narika. You've really got it in for us.
We don't criticise clients or condemn them, sir, as you know. Would you mind staying here, sir? She's a bit unstable. Best it's just me. Perhaps you could see if Cad's got any news on Gavin Jackman.
Sierra Oscar from Sierra Oscar 5-4 receiving.
Why did you open your mouth?
Sheena!
Listen, get out of my way.
Sheena!
Hang on.
Assistance required now. 21 Elverton Avenue.
It's Parsons.
I know, out the way! All right, stay there, you! All yours, Joe.
Knocked off early, did you, Mr. Parsons?
Come on, you. Get in the back.
You shouldn't have gone down his works, showing him up.
We'll worry about him, Sheena. You get your court case over with.
What have you done to him?
He's on his way to Scannell, Mrs. Jackman. That's both of them off your back.
I've been a fool, haven't I?
You want me to answer that?
WPC Data's got a full workload. She can do without...
What, people like me wasting her time? It wasn't my idea to go to court. It wasn't mine to have them bail conditions against Gavin. It was you got John mad. You couldn't leave him alone, could you? You had to go after him.
Sheena...
Don't Sheena me! I've had you. The lot of you. Get out! Go on, get out!
After you, sir.
Inspector Johnson. Matthew Holden, please, come through.
Thank you. I'm surprised to see you here this morning, Mr. Holden. Didn't the hospital say you ought to rest?
Well, yes, but I think it's important for the staff to see everyone carrying on as normal after a day like yesterday. Some of them were pretty upset. Guns being waved around, you know.
Are you sure you're up to this? We can always do it later.
No, I'm fine. I think my pride was dented more than my head. After all, no one likes losing £25,000, do they? Would you like coffee?
Carver.
Chris, come in. So how you doing? You finding your feet?
Fine, sir. No problems.
What about all the paperwork?
Yeah, well, that's a bit different from the stuff on the squad, but I'm getting the hang of it.
So, fancy a change? We've got rather an odd situation with one of our snouts.
How do you mean?
Well, he used to work for Burnside and Roach, but now they're out of the picture. We need somebody to size him up all over again. You fancy it?
Yeah. Wouldn't mind losing the desk for a bit. What's he got on offer?
Well, he said he got something interesting, but he would, wouldn't he, being a snout? He's going to ring back in about 5 minutes.
Keen?
His name's Travis, Dave Travis.
Right. Report back to you.
Yeah. Oh, OK. And if he comes up with anything, consider yourself his new handler.
As the security guards went into the front office, there was a loud bang. I'm pretty sure that was from a shotgun.
Yes, they hit one of the security cameras. Did you see who fired?
No, I didn't see anything at that point. The security guard was blocking my view. Then he got pushed aside, and I saw this man with a pistol. And I can remember that quite clearly, because it was one of those they use in films.
Can you describe it?
Yeah, it had a long barrel. You know, the Germans used them in the war.
Luger.
Aye, that's it. It just looked odd, seeing it in real life.
Did you see the man who was holding it?
Well, sort of. He had a balaclava.
So you don't think you'd recognize him if you saw him again?
I'm not sure. Maybe. Look, Inspector, I'm sorry, but...
No, don't worry. You've been very helpful, and we've got enough for the moment, thank you.
Find a best, please. Cheers. Thank you. Dave?
Yeah.
Chris Deacon, how's it going?
Fair, you know.
How long have you been back?
Back.
Well, you must have been away, otherwise you'd know about Burnside and Roach.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I heard something. I wasn't sure it was true, so... well, I've been up north.
Oh, business or pleasure?
Bit of both. Doesn't do to stay in one place too long, does it?
You've been picking up a few things since you got back.
Bits and pieces. What's the going rate these days?
So someone once told me that information's like cod. You know, the fish.
You what?
Yeah, you see, when it's fresh, you get £2 a pound. But when it's a few days old, you might as well give it to the cat.
Buy a lot of cod, do you?
If it's fresh. Haven't got a cat.
Wanna sit down? So, how long have you been at Scannell?
Not long. Transferred over a few weeks ago.
Oh, yeah. Where from?
Robbery squad.
What, you left there to come here?
Yeah, well, it's like you said. It's not good to be in the same place for too long. Sometimes it's better to be one step ahead, yeah? So, how fresh is this info you've got?
Yesterday. I know who did the Union Building Society job. I can give you 2 names. One address for certain, another one that's worth looking into. If you don't hang around, I'll still be sitting on the stuff.
Sounds good. How'd you know about it?
Doesn't really matter, does it? I'm telling you, you pull those guys, and you will get a result. Come on. Don't tell me you don't want this firm.
No, it's not that.
So?
No, it's my governor. You see, we'll need armed backup at this mob. And he's a bit iffy about calling them out unless he's got the goods right in his lap. You know what I mean? Unless it's a sure thing.
Look, I'm telling you, it's good.
Yeah, I know, listen. I'd like them. I'd have them away, no problem. But the first thing my governor's going to ask me is how do I know the information's good? How do you know about it?
You stitch me up.
Come on. Why'd I do that? You called us, remember? But you've got to give me something to work with. Establish a basis of trust, yeah?
Come on, let's get out of here.
Rod, can you set up the video again in my office? Tosh, how are you getting on with the witness statements from yesterday?
Just about done, Gov.
Great. Jim, anything from forensics?
No, not yet, Gov.
Well, give him a push and see if you can find out if they're still making German Lugers. Mr. Holden seemed to think that's what they used.
What, from the war?
I don't know. Check if any of the collectors have reported one stolen. Where's Chris?
He's gone out. I think the DCI set him up to meet one of Burnside's old snouts.
Oh. When?
That was about an hour ago.
Sally, anything new on the Building Society?
Not a lot. The witnesses didn't get a clear enough view of the gang to be much use in identification. I'm going to watch the security camera tape again, but the quality on that isn't brilliant either.
We'll keep pushing. I don't like the way these guys handle themselves. Too smooth by half.
Sir, can I have a word?
Yeah, of course. You got a problem?
Not directly, sir, no. I've just been told you sent Chris Deakin out to meet one of Burnside's old snouts.
Yeah, that's right. Roach used to be his co-handler. And since neither of them are around anymore, he needs a new contact. I thought Chris would be a good choice. Help him get to know the ground a bit as well.
Yes, well, very probably. But with all due respect, sir, if this snout worked for a DI before, don't you think he should be handled by a DI again?
What, you mean?
Yes.
Oh, come on, Sally. You know that informants don't necessarily go with rank. It's down to personality whether they work for you or not.
Well, it would have been nice to have been given the chance to find that out, sir.
Well, if you feel that strongly about it, I'll wait till Chris has sussed him out, and if it's any good, I'll suggest you as co-handler, OK? But in the meantime, I think you've got enough to be going on with, don't you?
Gov, Sergeant Boyden just called. He thinks they found the getaway car from yesterday.
Great. Can you check it out, Suzi?
Yeah, sure.
There wouldn't have been this problem with Burnside or Roach.
How long do you work for them?
A couple of years, maybe a bit more.
Get on well with them?
Well, they knew I wouldn't mess them about, yeah.
And you told them everything?
Well, yeah. Mostly.
Look, Dave, you made the contact. If you don't want to go through with it, that's fine. No hard feelings. Maybe we can do something next time when you're not tied in.
Who said I was tied in?
There's got to be some reason you're not telling me the whole story.
There's a guy called Steve Parker, he's the main guy. There's another guy called Davis. I don't know the third, he's a spade.
And?
They're tooled up, right? And I know who they are because I gave them the guns. And before you say anything about that, they're not mine, OK? I'm just the bagman. I drop them off, I pick them up.
Who's the placer? Oh, bit of trust, yeah?
Bloke called Blair. He's got a scrapyard on Ida Lane.
And a bit of gun hire on the side.
Hire or buy, these are hired. 2 pump actions and a Luger. I'm supposed to call them and tell them it's OK to bring the guns back. So if you want them, I haven't got much time.
Where's the meat?
Oh. Why?
I'm interested. So?
Do
you know what'll happen if Blair finds out about this? He'll do my legs. Or worse. Don't worry about that. You're on my side now. Trust me.
It was reported stolen day before yesterday in Wapping.
Yeah, nicked for the job.
You gonna get Socko down to have a look at it?
Well, it's not going to tell us much now, is it?
I don't know, Chris. Are you sure it's not a wind-up?
Pretty sure, Gov, yeah. He's twitchy enough for it to be genuine, but I want to have a look at the drop just to be certain.
All right, but if there's any guns involved, you stay well clear. Observation only, understood?
Yeah, right. Yeah, thanks. OK, we're on. Just you, right? Yeah. Call Parker and set it up.
Sally, anything on that car?
No, sir. Whoever they aren't stupid. They burned it out. Complete waste of time.
Well, in that case, I've got some good news for you. I think Chris Deakin's snout has come up with their names.
OK. Seemed fine enough at my end. Do you know what's going to happen if this comes out? Don't worry, I told you. It's just between you and me. Come on, show us the stuff. How much of his deposit did he get back?
Half. Would have been more if they hadn't fired them.
So, now you're taking back to Blair, yeah?
Well, I'm not going to leave him in there, am I?
OK. Just do everything as usual. I'll be in touch, right?
Yeah, right.
Right.
Gov?
Thanks. Suzi, is Sergeant Deacon back yet?
No, not yet.
This is ridiculous. Oh, Chris. How'd it go?
Fine, Mum. I just had a report to Mr. Meadows.
Good. That's where I'm going.
Better find the life jackets. I think there's a storm coming.
Nah, it doesn't bother Deacon if she gets her knickers in her choice.
You reckon he's all right, then?
Well, it seems sound enough. And he doesn't get PMT every month.
Oi.
So you recognise this bloke, Parker?
Yes, Gov. We nicked him 3 or 4 years ago for a post office job in Wimbledon. CPS didn't proceed.
We could have made sure of it this time if we caught him tooled up. As it is, he could walk away clean.
Well, forensics will link them to the guns, and they're still sitting on the cash.
Yeah, but for how long? I want to move on them now before they get rid of any more evidence.
Well, that sounds reasonable. Chris?
Well, Gov, my worry is they'll link it straight back to Travis. It's been 24 hours since the raid, and if we'd had witness identification, we'd have lifted them already. If we go and nick them now, they're bound to think they've been grasped, and Travis is the obvious candidate.
That's his problem. He knows the risks.
Yes, Ma'am, but there are risks and risks.
Oh, come on. You've known this snout 10 minutes. You want us to let Parker and his team go so that you can protect him?
He only went out on a limb because I pushed him. I don't want to have to cut it off behind him as well.
We can't afford to go soft on a team like this because your conscience is bothering you. How long before they pull another job and someone gets hurt? I want to move on them right away while we know where they are.
Unless there was another way.
Yeah?
When I got back, I had a talk with the LIO about the armourer, Blair. Before he took over the scrapyard at Ida Lane, he had formed for robbery. Now, if we were desperate, for suspects in the building society job, we might just turn him over on spec. And if we were to find a stash of guns while we were doing it...
You'd kill two birds with one stone.
Could be.
Sally?
What about your snout?
If we nick Blair in possession of the guns from the building society job, he'll be right in the frame. The only way he can get out is by giving us Parker. Travis doesn't come into it.
If Blair rolls over.
Let's go for the scrapyard. You're going to need SO-19 as backup. How quickly can you move, Sally?
I'll get started now. Chris. Sir, if it doesn't work out, I mean, if we don't find anything at this scrapyard, I want the OK to go over and pull Parker and his team at home.
Let's just wait and see what happens, shall we, Sally?
Do you know where to look once we get in there?
Not exactly, Mum, no. Just, under a pile of cars.
Well, there won't be any shortage of them.
All clear now, Gov.
Right, Frank, ready when you are.
York units, stand by. All York units from York 1. Go, go, go.
Roger. OK, we got him.
Yeah, he's cleaned up.
Yeah, relatively speaking.
All yours.
Thanks.
What is this? This is out of order. You've got no rights.
Stephen Blair, D.I. Johnson, Sun Hill. I have reason to believe you were involved in an armed robbery yesterday afternoon. Got anything to say about that?
Yeah. I was here all day yesterday, and I've got witnesses to prove it.
Of course you have. Get him up.
This is a fit-up. You know as well as I do. I wasn't on that job.
Oh, yeah. It's got your style all over it, just like that Wimbledon job 3 years ago.
That never ever got to court. Nor will this.
We'll see. In the meantime, Stephen Blair, I'm arresting you on suspicion of armed robbery. You do not have to say anything unless you wish to do so, but what you say may be given in evidence. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Good. Now, I'll have a look round your place, see what else I can find aside from some dodgy motors.
Look all you want. All you'll find out there are cars.
We'll see. Rod, I'll start in here. You have a look outside.
Right.
You could give us an hand with this, could you, Sarge?
You're not even warm.
What?
There's nothing in there.
Why didn't you tell us before?
Would have let Blair know we were tipped off. Anyway, you needed the exercise. Try into the back seat of that red Fiat.
Right.
Oh, yeah, Jim. Not too obvious, eh? Lucky guess.
I told you. You're wasting your time.
You're not obliged to say anything, so don't.
Gov! Nothing!
Gov! Over here!
Bring him, Suzi. Come on. Still say you had nothing to do with that building society raid?
Somebody must have left them there when they brought the car in.
Regular little armoury. Left that as well, did they? Well, you can have a nice little think about it on your way back to the Nick. Come on.
Yeah. Well, he was the only one who did know where they were, then.
Yeah, and if the governor had known, she'd have been on him like a shot.
Well, maybe that's why he didn't tell her. It was too obvious. It was a tip-off. So instead we spent an hour getting covered in oil. Come on, you know what Johnson's like. She's not exactly an informant's friend, is she? Do you remember how she stitched up Alan's snout? Well, she don't care what happens to him as long as she gets what she wants. Yeah, perhaps. But I still reckon Deacon's too smart for his own good. He wasn't moved here for his health, was he?
Nah, it's different. Being caught over the side's just bad luck. His bird wasn't complaining, was she?
So maybe there was more to it. Maybe the squad already wanted shot of him, and that was the easiest way to do it. Anyway, it all comes down to the same thing. Deacon thought he could get away with pulling a stroke. Well, sometimes you've got to pull a fast one to get something done. Yeah.
Over there.
You're wasting your time. I had nothing to do with that building society job.
Do me a favour. You know what we found in your yard.
I told you.
Yeah. Sit down and save it for the tape.
Oi, does this tart boss everyone around like this? Don't know how you stand it.
I can do worse than this. Now sit down.
I'm telling you. I was nowhere near it. I've got witnesses.
I don't give a stuff if you've got the Pope on your side. By the time I've said my little piece to the jury, they'll be sending you down for armed robbery, aggravated assault, possession of illegal firearms, conspiracy, and maybe even a few more. And don't think I can't.
You bitch. This is a fit-up, ain't it? You got no one else, so you're trying to nail it on me.
Right, Mum.
OK.
Hold on.
What, you want to go for a pee now?
Look, just hang on for a minute, all right? You have a word in the judge's ear, all right?
About what?
You want the building society team? I know who they are.
I know you know, that's why you're here.
No. I know who they are because I supplied them with the guns, right? But I wasn't there. And there's no way I'm going down for it either.
So?
So, you stop trying to put me in the frame. I'll name names.
It's no good unless it's on tape.
OK, I'll say it on tape. But you dropped this line about me being involved with them. They came to me for shooters, I supplied them, and that's it, right? Now, if the stupid bastards want to go around hitting people, shooting the place up, that's down to them, right?
All right. Who are they?
They're a Finsbury Park team. Steve Parker, Phil Davis, and Del McDonald.
Come on, Parker, open up. It's the police.
Gov. Rodney!
All right, get out! Get out!
Stephen Parker, D.I. Johnson, Sun Hill. I'm arresting you for armed robbery.
So, I'm in the clear, yeah? Clean as a whistle. Blair thinks we found his stuff by accident, and if Parker blames anyone for grassing him, it's going to be Blair.
Suits me.
Yeah, it suits everyone. My governor was well pleased. He'll be here in a minute to show his appreciation personally.
Yeah. How much?
500?
Fine. What about you? You take over from Burnside and Roach. You keep the same deal, yeah? 10%, right?
They only took 10.
Well, yeah, I mean, sometimes there was a couple of bottles of scotch on top, but 10% is fair, right? Just between you and me. And if I end up having to pay your boss as well...
Yeah, well, I reckon we can leave him out of it. But I tell you what, there's something I'd like more than 10% right now.
What's that?
Well, my governor wants to bring the DI in as your co-handler, but I'm not sure how the two of you get on.
Yeah. What's he like?
She.
You what?
Yeah. Name of Johnson. She's black too, but you can't hold that against her. And she's keen. She wanted Nick Parker as soon as I mentioned his name.
Well, without Blair?
Yeah. But I managed to talk her around. Look, if you want to work with her, that's fine. It's entirely up to you. But if it was me, I'd be a bit iffy about having someone else fixing up the meats, you know what I mean? Maybe calling round without being asked. Not knowing how things work.
Yeah, too right. I mean, you don't know where it's going to end, do you?
Not always, no.
That him?
The governor, yeah.
Right. I'll tell him straight. It's just you and me together. Anyone else, I don't want to know.
Sounds fine to me, Dad. Whatever makes you happy.